Dear students, this session is about O grade poet written by Daya Pawar, a Marathi writer. In fact, I have done three sessions on this poem. This is 11th session, which is an introduction to the poem. So, this is prescribed for 5th semester in Davangere University. Uh, in the next session, that means in the 11th session, an introduction on the poem. In the 12th session, it is about the progression of the poem. In the 13th session, I have given a conclusion session. So this session is on the introduction to the poem O Great Poet. It mainly is about the poet and also about the background of Maratha literature. So this is written by Daya Pawar, a great Maratha poet. He is also called as Dagdu Maruti Pawar. Dagdu Maruti Pawar, who lived between 1935 and to 1935 and 1996. Here are some of the learning objectives. So there are so many learning objectives. The important ones are to make the students to understand the development of Maratha literature, to understand the place of Daya Pawar in Maratha literature, to understand Dalit movements and other aspects of exploitation, to know the advent means beginning of Dalit literature, and also to understand marginal literature. Here are some of the session outcomes. The important session outcomes, what we may see after this session are students will come to know origin and development of Maratha literature. They will be able to know the background of Dalit literature at the end of the session. They will definitely get more and more interest to know more and more about Dalit poetry or marginal literature, regional writers, like that. So, in this introduction session, let me to explain about Daya Pawar, who is Marathi language author and poet. He was born in Mohar Dalit family, but a Buddhist by religion. He died. This is we born in 1935, died in 1996. Is the here are some of his books mentioned: Kondwada, Baluta, Achut, Panikutavaralla, like that. So his children are Pandan Dayapawar. Movies he has done even some one movie on Dr. Ambedkar. He is known for his contribution to Dalit literature that dealt with the atrocities experienced by the Dalits or untouchables under the Hindu caste system. I mean, he probably wrote much about these atrocities and also about untouchables, especially in Hindu caste system. So here is the development. So it was the time under the norms of caste system, Dalits were denied the pen. That means it was believed that only the writing should be done by the upper class people. Dalits were definitely denied. There was a point of arrival for Dalits in the brutal landscape of Indian history. Before the advent of Dalit literature in India, much of Dalit history was oral in nature. That means there was oral Dalit literature. Their lives were not available to them in written form, and even when available, it was depiction by those who had no experience, experiential connection with Dalits. It was Dr. Ambedkar who stressed on literary assertion as a means to struggle against the caste system. Thus began the ceaseless movement of literary assertion by Dalits, who went on to write powerful stories about their lives. It marked a resurrection of their experiential world, which had been appropriated by the pens of Savarnas. So, poems, stories, novels, biographies, autobiographies produced by Dalits established a new body of literature. That means Dalits, by producing all kinds of genres, stories, novels, biographies, there was a kind of new body of literature establishment. For the first time, the downtrodden took the center stage. People who had been denied what humanity considers the basics started to transform the lives of others like them through the written word. As this movement of literary assertion by Dalits grew stronger, the unseen side of India, the side that is brutal and inhumane, became visible to the world. So, what are the ill treatments, brutal, inhuman treatments to the low caste people that was exposed? Maharashtra was at the forefront of this revolution that has, over the last 6 decades, helped transform the worldview about Dalit lives. Almost all writers who shaped the early theoretical discourse of Dalit literature were from Maharashtra, and in this series scenes. That means the contribution of Maharashtra is very much, especially for Dalit literature. So, we may find the lives and works of 10 distinguished Dalit writers from the state and their impact on the literary world. Dalit literature emerged from the realization of the sense of exclusion within the country for its own countrymen and to shape itself as an answer. In 1978, Daya Power published Baluta, a reputed to be one of the first Dalit autobiographies in India. So he had experimented with the style while writing it. It appears more as a novel than autobiography. That means, though it is autobiographical experience, it may be suitable to call it as a novel. So the dilemma and the sense of exclusion power portrayed in it, it could not be expressed through established forms of narratives. So, when Daya Power was born, in the same year, Ambedkar announced his decision to abandon Hinduism. So, among the Buddhist conversions took place in 1956, almost all of Mahars in Maharashtra converted into Buddhism. Power belonged to generation which transversed from one world to another world. That means conversion of Mahars to Buddhists. It is a kind of transverse. While living in the same land, amid the horrors of caste, the dilemma and transition, the clarity and confusion which he absorbed while moving from one subjective life to another is not devoid of the past of being an Hindu, being a Hindu. So, to conclude this session, we may say that the process of writing for Dalits of his generation was rather like arriving at the point of transition from reactive bodies to creative minds. Say, from reactive minds to reactive bodies to creative minds. So there was a new creation there. So power was no exception to this. Baluta, when it appeared on the literary scene, what it is considered as first autobiography in Maratha literature, was immediately received as a milestone. Apart from its novelistic style, monologues, it caught the attention of the readers for its explicit portrayal of sexual desires and bewilderment of growing up as an untouchable and Buddhist at the same time. A few Dalit writers were not comfortable calling it a Dalit autobiography. So we may consider it or may not consider it as an autobiography, but it has exposed the real pictures of the Dalits. So we may call him as he is one of the poets who had picturized or exposed the real lives of real pictures of real situations of the low caste people. So let us see the more things on this what we call a poem in the next session.